So in this video, we are in downtown area here, so we're gonna just drive around 5-10 minutes and work on all the rules, go over the critical errors, general mistakes as we drive. So let's get started. So the car is already on, seatbelt on, mirrors good. I'm just gonna go straight here. Now I'm moving from a parked position, so that means and the curb is on the right hand side, so I'm gonna signal left shoulder check to indicate I'm pulling away from this curb. And we are turning right next. So when I'm about 30 meters before the intersection, I put my signal on. I don't have any stop sign, so I'm just slowing down, staying closer to the curb here, within 3 feet. And we are going right at stop sign, so my right signal is on. I'm slowing down. There is a sidewalk, so I'm going to make a full stop before the sidewalk. Complete stop, checking on both sides, no pedestrian, roll forward, check for traffic, no traffic, and now we are good to go. There's no speed limit sign on the street here. That means in Manitoba it's 50 kilometers, so I'm doing about 40 right now because it's a bumpy road. So I think 45 or 50 for this road will be actually too fast, so 40 is good. So you always drive according to the road condition and weather condition. Stop sign here. Now I'm gonna go past this stop sign and I'm going to stop here before the edge of the curb, because now I can see both sides clearly, and looks like we are good to go. We are turning left here. This one is a wide street, so I'm staying in the middle of the road after this parked car. Shoulder check, pulling back to the right side here. We are turning right at stop sign. No one on the sidewalk here, so I made a full stop before the sidewalk. Nobody on the sidewalk. Then I roll forward, check traffic from the left side, so it looks clear. On the right hand side here we have a bicycle lane, and looks like my lane is going to end, so I'm gonna signal. Shoulder check, looks clear. Changing lane, green light, walking man sign. Now it's a flashing hand, the light is still green, so we are good to go. Speed limit here, there's no speed limit sign, so it's 50 kilometers. So on this road I'm doing exactly 50 actually, because the road condition is pretty good, nice and smooth road. Amber light, but I'm already committed, so that means I can go through the amber light, so I was too close to the intersection. So amber light, it doesn't mean you have to stop, it means like if it's safe to stop, then you stop. So here we see a pedestrian corridor, so I'm checking on both sides, and we are good to go here. Checking my speed just to make sure I'm not going over the speed limit. Cyclist on the bicycle lane here, we are turning right, so I'm gonna put the signal on, and I need to do right shoulder check to make sure the cyclists, they are still far from my car. And now I make a full stop here before the stop line. Light is red. I don't see any prohibited sign that says no right turn on a red light, so that means I can roll forward, check traffic, cyclist on the sidewalk, nobody there. Checking traffic on the left side, I do see a traffic coming now. So this taxi actually just changed lane, but there's another car coming in the right lane. I'm looking at my light as well. There's pedestrian, but doesn't look like he's actually going this way now. So just waiting for the pedestrian now. Light is green, so he's letting me go first, so I'm just gonna go because he's waving me, he's just letting me go. Okay, so now we see another pedestrian corridor here, and there's motorcycle behind me, so checking on the crosswalk. I need to switch lanes, so I'm just gonna slow down, let him pass. So the motorbike is on, then I do shoulder check to make sure there's no one in the blind spot. This motorcycle is turning left, so I'm slowing down. Solid white line on the right side, so that means I should not be changing lanes, so I'm just gonna stay here. And now my light is amber, so that means I just have to wait for the green light here. When you're waiting for the green light, you still want to have both hands on the steering. Okay, so when you're driving past, they always want to see both hands on the steering at 9 and 3 o'clock position. So we are just waiting for the light to turn green, and we are going straight. So right now we are on a two-way street, and there's not really any speed limit sign. There was no speed limit sign, so it's 50 kilometers. So now I'm stepping on the gas, checking my speed here. So I'm doing about 45 right now. Red light is coming up, so I'm slowing down, and looks like the light is still red, so we're gonna make a full stop here. When I stop, I should be able to see the back tires of that car in front of me. So back tires on the ground, light green, green light, so we are moving. And so I'm checking my speed again. So we are pretty much like driving straight here for now. Now I see a green light coming up. There is a walking man sign. Now it's a flashing hands. Looks like 15 seconds left. A lot of time for us to clear the intersection. So now we see another pedestrian corridor coming up. I physically have to move my head, make sure there's no one, you know, on the crosswalk. So this light has only 1 second left, 0 seconds, ready go. So now it's amber. So that means I have to make a full stop before the stop line and wait for the light to turn green again. Okay, so green light again. So now we are going straight from here. So speed limit here is still 50 kilometers. Green light with a walking man sign in that small box there, so the light gonna stay green for us. And same thing on this intersection, we are getting a green light with a walking man sign. On the next intersection here, we are turning right. Now if you look at the overhead sign, we got 2 lanes going right, so I'm gonna stay in this lane. My signal is on, now the light is green. And we're gonna turn right here. Speed limit sign on the right hand side, maximum 60, but now we got a red light. So slowing down, maintaining distance from this car. I can see the back wheels on the ground. So if you look at the overhead sign from this lane will actually go to Marion Street, and that's where we are going. So the first 2 lanes, they will turn left after this intersection, and the right lane is to if you want to stay on St. Mary's Road. So when you're driving here, you always want to maintain distance from the other cars. If you go too close to the other cars, that's going to be a critical error in the driving test. So you always adjust your following distance according to the road condition as well. So here if you look at the overhead sign, this lane is only for left turns. So we're going to be turning left. So when I'm about 30 meters from the intersection, so I would put my left signal on. Going to make a full stop. Yes, going to make a full stop here behind this car. I can see the back tires on the road. Okay, we got a green arrow now, so we are good to go. And there is a dotted white line that we can use as a guide, as a reference. Alright folks, so that's it for this video. I'm just gonna stop on the right hand side here. That's where I'm going to pick up my client for driving lessons. So thank you very much. How would you know all the critical errors before you even go for your driving test? Well, you have 2 options. Option number 1 is you can practice and practice for hours and hours, go through almost all the possible different situations and understand what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. You can take driving lessons to do this, but let's be honest here. Most people, they don't have time, they got no money for unlimited lessons. So here's the second option for you guys. You can simply buy this online training program that I put together. In this online training program, I talk about the situation-based critical errors, standard critical errors, general errors in detail. and I will explain almost all the critical errors for left turns, right turns, lane change, roundabout, one-way streets, merging, yielding, parking lots, so pretty much everything that's required to successfully pass your driving test. So it doesn't matter where you take your driving test, you will already know almost all the standard critical errors and situation-based critical errors before you go for your driving test. And you will get hours and hours of excellent training in a very structured way to help you pass your driving test. And you only pay $99 for it. So that's it, just $99, and you will get to know almost all the critical errors before you go for your driving test. Guys, that's gonna maximize your chances of passing your driving test the first time. Now, when you know everything, even after getting your license, all the information, it's gonna stay with you. So when you drive with your friends, your family members, you will stay safe on the road. So buy the online training program right now and ace your driving test the very first time. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys again.